Warrior Princess. Chapter 1. My Kingdom. The beautiful kingdom of Chitranagari, where even the budding flower had the fragrance of truth, the songs of the birds spread the knowledge of Vedas, even the wind passing through the land slowed its pace to enjoy the peacefulness of the surrounding. Each particle of the soil had its own story of great souls from the land. Doors of the every houses are open to poor and saints, every hand is open to serve and every mind was open to new thoughts. It was a magical kingdom, whose king was not less than God in the eyes of his people. The king himself used to work in fields with other farmers because he thinks himself to be one among them.
And the selfless, devoted and truthful king was Raja Vishnusena, who had a wife named Rani Ratnavati, who was kind, soft-hearted queen as well as a dutiful wife. Several years ago, there lived a great soul in this land who gave away his life selflessly to his king. His name was Rudraraj. He was a close friend and far relative of King Vishnusena. He was the other name of loyalty. King Vishnusena always treated him as his elder brother. The king respected him very much. But the fate had its own play. One day, when the enemies of Kutil Nagari, who are known for their ruthless, cruel rule, one who had created an everlasting fear in the minds of people, tried to kill the king at night while he was asleep. Rudraraj, who learned this plot of the enemies, took over the king's place and died for his king's sake. On the same night, Rani Ratnavati gave birth to a female child. As soon as the servant came to give the message of birth of a princess, Rudraraj was laying on king's lap, counting his last minutes. As soon as he heard the news of birth of a female baby, he uttered its Navratri, "My lord. She is a blessing. There is no need to worry now. The goddess herself has come, the goddess of our land, Princess Avantika." Vishnusena's eyes were full of tears. "Don't cry, my lord. This was my small sacrifice to a great king. I am very sorry that I am leaving quite early. From now on, my son will take over my responsibility." Vishnusena replied, "Please Rudra, you can't leave me and go. Just think about your family. Look at your son's face." A small 5-year-old boy grandly dressed with a silk suit. He was pale with silky brownish long hair up to his shoulders and the bangs of which covered 1/4 of his round chubby face. His nose and the ears slowly started turning red and his bright eyes flooded with tears. His little hands were tightly held by one of the soldiers standing near the door with his mother, who was standing as if hit by a lightning. Rudraraj held out his hands to his son. The little boy dragged his hands from the soldier and started putting his tiny steps quickly towards his father. "My son, Dhruv." Rudraraj held him in his arms and kissed his forehead. The child was frightened to see his father bleeding so much. Rudraraj held his chin together, his concentration. "I am sorry, my son. I am leaving a big responsibility for you in this tender age. Forgive me, my dear son. From today, you will take over my responsibility. As I lived my life for King Vishnusena, you should live your life to protect Princess Avantika. Can you promise me this, my child?" The small kid took his little hands to his father's and said, "I promise, father," gathering its breath. Soon, Rudraraj took his last breath. By seeing her husband's death, Rudra's wife collapsed. Dhruv ran to his mother and tried to wake her, but in vain. He lost her too. A single darkened night made a little boy lose both of his parents. Without wasting a minute, King Vishnusena lifted Dhruv in his hands from his mother's side and headed towards his queen's quarters. The queen already had the news. The king opened the door. The queen was lying on the bed with her newly born daughter beside her. King came inside and gave Dhruv to his wife's hand. "This child has seen a lot. I can't let him suffer anymore. From today, he will be like our son." Dhruv was crying loudly. The queen patted his back and tried to console him very much, but he didn't stop. She made him sit on the bed and asked the servants to bring some toys to make him forget things. As Dhruv was sitting on the bed, His hand touched the little princess's hand. Suddenly he stopped his cry and started staring at the baby. The little baby girl grasped his little finger in her hands tightly and stared at him, showing a slight smile in her face. The sorrow-filled eyes of Dhruv showed a sparkle. He held the baby's hand with his two hands and uttered, "I will never let go of this hand. I will promise in the name of Lord Rudra, I will protect you till my last breath." The king and the queen looked at each other, stunned at the scenario.